Welcome, everyone, to my beautiful satanic ritual. According to this old ancient book of demonic knowledge, I have found that all you need to do to summon the ultimate demon is to simply 1. Sacrifice something wholesome, and 2. Say something in Swedish. Well... Isn't this lucky that I just happen to have both? Oh, yes indeed. Min lilla smultrongurka. Oh, die! Oh my god, it's actually here! Totally legitimate, wholesome, satanic rituals. Do you want an emotional support demon for yourself? We're not actually doing rituals, it's just my studio. Do you want an emotional support demon for yourself this beautiful Christmas? This one is going live the 9th of December, so make sure to stay updated on the Makeshift page. We're gonna have some cool events for it as well. And oh my god, probably giveaways and everything. And it's so squishable and it's so fat. Look at those toe beans. It has toe beans. God, I'm so happy with how it turned out. This is going to be amazing. I'm so looking forward to releasing it. Look at it, it's so fucking cute. Ah! Sorry, I am a little bit too excited about this. So going live on the 9th of December. Is it the 9th? 8th maybe? Let me check. God, I'm professional. The 9th, indeed, absolutely beautiful. Check out the Makeshift page in the description and stay updated. It's gonna be so amazing. Let's get on with the satanic video, shall we? Daughter doesn't want it. Freaks her out. I want to get back my money. Best offer.
I'll give you $100 to tell her it's sold, hide it in the attic for 2 weeks, take it out and put it back in her room while she's sleeping.
No! It's even better if you do it outside the window, so it's like coming back, it's like alive, but it can only move when nobody's watching. You know like the Weeping Angels in Doctor Who? That was always one of my favorite horror themes. So freaking good. My daughter asked why she can't just quit school, and I told her it's against the law and they'll put me in jail. And my sweet, sweet child looked me in the eye and said, I'll visit you. Daughter be like, a small price to pay for no school. God, come on, kid. I'm the one feeding you gruel. Jesus. Why isn't Satan doing this? You know when Satan is like, anything for your soul or any wish you could wish for, just ask the kids, you know, or maybe they don't have souls yet. Maybe that's why it doesn't work, because otherwise they would give it up with the most stupid thing. Here's the lollipop. I mean, to be honest, us adults would give it up with the stupidest things too. It's like, I want a little race at work. Woo! Bye, soul. Maybe the kids have it figured out, man. No playing Pokemon Go during class. First offense, I will take your phone from you and waste all your Pokeballs. Probably on a Pidgey or Rattata. But I will miss over and over and over. Second offense, after wasting your Pokeballs, I will use your incense and a lucky egg. Pokemon might be surrounding you, but you are out of ways to catch them. Third offense, I will transfer your highest level and rarest Pokemon, maybe even 2 or 3 of them. 1 candy in exchange for a 1453 CP Dragonite. Seems fair. I think this is pretty old. 1400 isn't particularly impressive in Pokemon Go nowadays. But this is so amazing. If I can't catch them, you can't catch them. Oh, this is good. This is true equality. Everyone has it equally bad. A random unattended 7-year-old at a park told me and my son that gay people are the devil and are going to hell. My son scoffed, but the boy said it was true because God said so. I told him parents made up God to make their kids do what they want. His eyes got so big. God isn't real, but Freddy Krueger is. Sleep well. It's amazing. Oh my god. It's basically like the whole Santa Claus thing, but one step further. I love this. It's the best method ever. It's like the whole thing where, you know, selling your soul. But not even that direction. It's beautiful.
If I was a famous author, I would publish a book with 10 different endings, which all went to print with varying degrees of rarity, but not tell the fans about it so I could watch their confusion as they disagree over how the story ended. Then when they figured it out, I would come clean, telling them that I even released 11 alternative endings, and watch them panic again as they all try to find the last ending.
Are you Satan? Oh, yes. Yes, indeed. Oh, that is beautiful. And I know how intense fandoms get. This kind of stuff would literally burn the earth down if you really wanted it to. Imagine, for example, a super popular series. Imagine, for example, Lord of the Rings, where you have people so, like, really into fact-checking and the lore and reading the Silmarillion, all that kind of stuff. Imagine if Tolkien has just released 10 different versions of it with different endings, or like one key detail that was different, and let's watch the fandom tear each other apart over it. In an alternate universe where J.J.R. Tolkien was an online troll.
Trick or treat, help yourself to mini pumpkins.
No, those are habanero chilies. They're really strong. Don't.
They're really sweet and tasty, kids.
Just remember to take a big bite and don't take it a small bite at a time. Don't be a coward. Laptop overheating. Pour water on it to cool it down. I trusted you. Do not trust people like me. I will take you to museums and parks and monuments and kiss you in every beautiful place so you can never go back to them without tasting me like blood in your mouth. I will destroy you in the most beautiful way possible. And when I leave, you will finally understand why storms are named after people.
Oh God, it's Janet. Run!
That is so horrible. You know, you're playing both games perfectly, right? Because you would be getting back at your ex, but you would also have a really nice relationship while it lasts. So this is like the perfect strat to do everything. Live your life to the fullest because you'll ruin the context in case you break up. If you woke up tomorrow morning a billionaire, what's the most extravagantly lavish thing you'd waste some money on? I'd go to generic restaurants, give my waiter/waitress $100 to send a glass of milk with ice in it to a specific table. The $100 would be to keep quiet about who sent the milk. I would do this several more times to the same table until they got visibly upset. No waiter in the world will stop sending ice milks, especially after I raised the offer to $500. If I were a waiter, I would gladly keep putting glass of milk with ice on someone's table, even if they were screaming in my face if I made $500 each time. So yeah, I would do ice milk, instant classic. You know, I was just about to say that you get screamed in your face anyway when you work in the service industry, so this is just like the same thing, but you also cash in, and you get to play with Satan, so it's like a win-win-win.
Oh, I broke my leg.
Don't worry, man. I'm sure it's all part of God's plan. Oh, shit! He's still alive! Time for plan B! Wait, God, this is what you have Satan for. No, God, please! I want to name my daughter Mayonnaise and shorten it to May. May isn't short for anything, so no one will ever ask her what her full name is, but she will constantly live with the knowledge that she's named after a condiment. Oh, maybe this is the same person as this kid who was willing to let their parent go to jail if they could get out of school. Maybe that's the actual payback.
You named me Mayonnaise, now you go to hell.
Fishing day. You have a radio-controlled alligator head? No, that's so evil. No. Oh my God.
This is a perfectly cut screen. That's so beautiful.
This is so horrible. I imagine someone doing the same thing, but with a shark fin instead, and just going to a popular beach and just... That would make headlines. Every clickbaity news article will be talking about that for a week.
Can you run me through a dungeon?
You didn't ask properly.
Can you please run me through a dungeon?
6 errors still.
What? A level like 70 dungeons I can level up anyone?
Here, I'll get you started. You and please are not words.
Can you please run me to dungeon? Through?
There's an extra letter on the end.
There is?
Fruit isn't a word either.
Can you run me through a dungeon, please? Please?
Ooh, we're making progress. Still 2 errors, though.
How?
Can is not a correct word. Yes, I can, meaning I have the ability, but you seem to be asking if I will.
Will you run me through the dungeon, please?
So close. Now let's see that capital letter beginning of the sentence.
Will you run me through a dungeon, please?
We gained 2 more errors. You is not a word, and we lost our punctuation at the end of our sentence.
Will you run me through a dungeon, please?
Very close. We need different punctuation at the end, though. A period makes the sentence a statement. You're asking a question. So what do we need?
Will you run me through it, please?
Bless your heart for sticking with me. We're missing a noun this time, though. Will I run you through a what, please?
Will you run me through a dungeon, please?
Nope, that's what the dungeon finder is for. I hope you learned something about spelling and grammar, though.
Frick you!
Oh, that's like combining a grammar Nazi with just I don't know what the other thing is, though. Some kind of demon. Grammar Nazi demon. That sounds like a really off-brand movie, doesn't it? My sister thought this waiter was cute, so my dad did this.
You are so cute. What's your name? Will, good to meet you, Will.
Oh my God, it's beautiful!
I've heard the concept of sinking through the floor, but sinking underneath the table is usually drinking someone under the table, not embarrassing them under the table. Calm down, Satan. Jesus.
When you put a nicotine patch on him every night when he sleeps with you, he has withdrawals when you're not together, and he becomes addicted to hanging out with you.
Oh, great. Yeah, so you'd like create false dependencies.
Oh yeah, I'm just putting on this little substance, and then I'll withdraw it when he's not with me, so he thinks the withdrawal is actually not being with me. What, you have headaches and feeling nauseous?
It's probably because you haven't had enough love lately. My 6-year-old niece was once handing out notes to everyone in the family that said, "I love you," but when I opened mine up, it said, "I like you." Did she do this just so she could tell you that she loves you less than everyone else? Because, you know, handing out those kind of notes to everyone is kind of like, hey, she loves everyone. Cool. It's just a flat line across the surface, right? No one stands out. It feels like she did this not to make a positive impression on anyone else, but just to make sure you know you are below the average. Climate protesters glued themselves to Porsche Museum, but needed to go potty. Staff simply left, turning off heat and lights rather than calling the police. Yeah, I mean, I guess that would be the way to do it. Why would you do that at a museum, though? These cars are literally not driving. Out of all places you could inconvenience stuff for the environment, this is probably the least effective one.
My 7-year-old just backtalked me.
Tomorrow while she's at school, I'm logging into Minecraft and destroying her village.
Don't destroy it! Just plant a ton of TNT with a pressure plate around her, so she destroys it when she signs in.
Satan!
Even I am not into that shite!
That's even worse, because you'll feel like you were the one who pulled the lever. It's just as having something ripped out from underneath you. It's the feeling that you did this to yourself. What is this? Habit? No! What are these diagonals? This is a horrible puzzle. Wardrobe. Does that word even exist? Let me know in the comments if anyone can find wardrobe. I can't find it. This puzzle is absolutely horrible. Oh my god. I found out that you can rotate all light switches and plugs at our school. That is so casually evil. Everyone will be going to the light switches, thinking they're switching in one direction, but they're actually not, and everyone's gonna try to plug in everything, but it doesn't actually work. That is horrible. This is so... This is so evil. Oh my god. Can I legally include a line break in my child's name? Ethics aside, is it legal or even possible to include a line break, new line in my child's name? Preferably at the end of child's first name, directly after the last letter. So instead of, for example, the name John Doe, the name would always be written out John Doe. And then when the first name is only written out, the line break would have to be included, such as my child's first name is John and his last name is Doe. If this is legal, how about making sure the line break is included on the name section of the birth certificates? What is the purpose of... It's horrible! Because as soon as you write this by hand, it's not going to make any difference. But as soon as it's any digital stuff and it takes the name from some other database, it's going to mess up the whole document. This is so evil.
I am going to make a new font called Times New Bastard. It's Times New Roman, but every 7th letter is jarringly sans serif.
It's Times New Roman, but every 7th letter is jarringly sans serif. With one line, you activated every bone in my body, and all of them are in attack mode. This looks so... No! And the worst part is you don't actually tell them about it. Someone is just reading this, and everything looks slightly off, but you can't tell exactly what's off. You just think the printer is bad.
Today's Wi-Fi password can be unlocked by texting a photo of a clean kitchen to mom. Said photograph must contain 1 box of crackers on the counter by the stove to prevent reusing any previous photos. Thank you for playing. May the odds be ever in your favor. Love, Mom.
This reminds me of a story in the olden days of Twitter. So there is this really old thread of like a model or something who had a Twitter account. And in her replies, people would constantly be catfishing other people, like they would use her photos on their Tinder profiles and stuff. And then, you know, people would ask for specific things like, oh, hold up a spoon while doing the peace sign. So they came to her Twitter and be like, hey, my catfished person is asking for the specific photo. Can you do it? She's like, oh, no problem. And then then the catfish could use the photo. So she helped people catfish like sugar daddies, like hundreds of them. It was astounding. Writer chat. Sorry. What happened? This food is very tasty. I eat this. You can report Deliveroo company. You're an awful man. I don't care. That's just so awful. Oh my god, you sign up for a job just to steal people's food? That's the whole thing? Gosh darn it. I mean, if you've been mistreated by the company and you go out with a last hurrah and you like snag the last meal you deliver because, you know, you probably don't have any severance anyway, sure. But it's also affecting the person like trying to get the food. That's what I don't like about it. It's like, no. Pull. That's a push door, isn't it? How are you supposed to grab this? I just imagine some poor person standing and like trying to claw the sides and grabbing this like little metal piece with their fingernails. Please! please, I want to get out of here. Even better, put it in a bathroom or something where people really have to get in a rush. Oh god, I really need to take a poo, please. Ravecat added Rayx to the group. Rayx changed the channel name. Pineapple Pizza is good. Rayx left the group. I don't see any problem with this. Pineapple Pizza is amazing. If you don't agree with me, well, you know, everyone is entitled to be wrong. You know, it's fine. You have to choose only one. The other one gets to live. Multi-track drift prevention poll. UK, France. Okay, wait. No, I choose the path of most destruction. Drift the train so it splits, killing France, the UK, and the people on the train. As a bonus, shrapnel from the train kills the person pulling the lever, myself.
Guys, I think we found them, r/FoundSatan.
I did this when I played like the absurd trolley problems on stream. After I did it one time, I just did a run where I got try to get the high score. As many kills as possible, baby. One thing kids like, it is to be tricked. For instance, I was going to take my little nephew to Disneyland, but instead I drove him to an old burned out warehouse. Oh no, I said, Disneyland burned down. He cried and cried, but I think that deep down he thought it was a pretty good joke. I started driving over to the real Disneyland, but it was getting pretty late. That is so cruel! It's also like, the child has to be pretty small to believe that some random barn is literally like, oh no, that's Disneyland, oh god. This feels like a parent who really doesn't want to go to Disneyland or like can't afford it, but instead of saying something reasonable about it, they said, no, Disneyland blew up. And then their kids will never ask about it again. Reading Japanese is really easy. You just need to turn your head sideways. Go frick yourself. Well, gee, I wouldn't want to do it alone now, would I? But you see, if your emotions were hurt by this statement, get yourself an emotional support demon, isn't that right, boy? Yes, indeed. Toe beans! There are toe beans! I love toe beans. I want a shirt that has a QR code on it for some kind of horrible malware, so that if anyone ever tries to film me in public, their phone will automatically scan the code and will be reduced to a functionless brick. That is so smart! If I ever become super famous for reading memes and I get issues with paparazzi, I'm just gonna print a crap ton of like merch QR code shirts and stuff, and then they will just lead to like a rickroll. So as soon as they try to take a picture with their phone, they say blip blip blip, we wanna open this, no, blip, blip, blip. It just spams their phone. That is beautiful! I love this. It's such like a legal way to counter annoyance. Hell yes.
Sometimes when my friends aren't home, I make boxes and leave them on their doorstep for the whole neighborhood to see. Adult toys.
This is even better if they live in, for example, an apartment building and it's outside their door where all the neighbors literally walk past and can see it. That is so beautiful. Oh, this is like one of the best ways to get back at your neighbors without actually harming anyone, but just making some questionable stares. r/ask Reddit. Magicians of Reddit. When, if ever, have you ever used your skills for unethical purposes? I once showed a magic trick to my niece when I made one of her chocolates disappear. I never returned that chocolate, and I later ate it. That is, oh my, It's literally like stealing candy from children, and I very much approve.
As a teacher, you're sometimes privileged to witness life's moments. I saw a girl approach a boy to ask if he wanted her number. He paused, then pulled out his phone, utter joy on the girl's face. I then confiscated the phone as it's against the rules to have it out in the corridor. True love? We have hallway rules at this school, please, children.
So here's a little Lego piece, but if you look closely, there's like a little road spike coming out of one end. You think that stepping on Legos was bad enough before? Well, introducing the new Lego model. Oh, what's it called? Like the metal things you have in concrete buildings, like reinforcement or whatever it's called? It's like that, but specifically for stepping on Legos. Great. Oh no, I see where this is going. Oh no, they're gonna make a shot and you're gonna turn on the TV last second, aren't you? No. Oh my god. Oh, I have a friend who would die if I did this. Oh, there we go. It's so close. I think the scream is what does it. Like the excitement mixed with the very sudden realization of absolute dread. Ryan Reynolds. Went to Disneyland because my daughter is obsessed with Mickey Mouse. She was so excited when I got home and told her. No. I get the feeling in this context, excited simply means like voluptuous emotions, not necessarily good, not positive. Two have to go forever. Pizza, ice cream, fries, cookies, chips, cake, chocolate, cheeseburger, or soda. Pizza and cheeseburger. Not because I love it, but because frick everyone else. Whoa there, Satan. Yes, officer, this comment right here. That is so evil. Well, I suppose that makes sense. The important part in life, okay, here's a wholesome moment for everyone. The important part in life is not to win. It's that everyone else loses. That's horrible. It kind of works for contests though, doesn't it? When you say winning is not important, it's that everyone else loses that is important. Because that kind of implies you're the winner anyway, but you don't have to use the exact words. That's pretty smart. So what if you put milk in a humidifier and trap the lactose intolerant person with it in the chamber and watch as they sob and uncontrollably on the ground clawing at the door?
Ah, even I am not into that shite.
Oh, that's good. This is what that door is for. The one that said pull, but it's a push door and you can't open it because you can't grasp it with your little poopy freaking nails on your fingies. That is beautiful. I love this. This is the kind of scene that I would expect to see in like an Austin Powers movie. Oh, Mr. Agent, you are now captured. You are lactose intolerant, are you? Well, I have this lactose humidifier.
Oh no, Dr. Mean. That is so mean.
A Chicago man bought a car in his ex-girlfriend's name and, after the breakup, abandoned it, illegally parked in an O'Hare airport. The car then accumulated over $100,000 on 678 parking tickets, which the city asked the ex-girlfriend to pay. I'm gonna be honest, what I'm more concerned about in this story is how there is a system in place that allows for a parking ticket system to accumulate up to $100,000. Like, wouldn't the car have been towed after a couple of tickets? Like, honestly, what the frick? Is this just something they do to be predatory on purpose? Like, imagine if you have an old relative who left their car somewhere and they literally die. And while everyone else is dealing with the funeral and stuff, they just have a car sitting somewhere just racking up stuff. And then one day someone shows up at your door and like, hey, your grandma's old car, you know, it accumulated 50,000 tickets. So, you know, the family pay up. That's that inheritance down the drain. Jesus.
Go die is basic. I hope a furry knocks you out and F's you is cool. It's possible. It is terrifying.
Well, we don't have any of those on this channel, so that's perfectly fine. My Italian husband get a pickle with his food for the first time. Putting a salt in my Italian husband espresso. Putting ice in my Italian husband espresso. Washing my Italian husband a mocha with a soap. Bringing my Italian husband to Olive Garden. Telling my Italian husband his food is disgusting. Someone free this man! Italian man equivalent of those dog owners who intentionally agitate their chihuahuas for views. Yeah! It's basically a hostage, but, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if they're in on it. Honestly, I've seen so many schemes for getting views and, like, fake dramas and stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if this is all staged. Which is, you know, all the more power to you. Heck yes, get that bag, girl. Me, texting my neighbor. Can you frick quietly? I am trying to sleep, knowing that he's still at work. When you have a neighbor who's been waking up every morning with construction work just one time too many. Oh, let's see that marriage rumble, baby. Welcome to Perth. A welcome to Perth sign painted on a building rooftop is scaring passengers landing at Sydney Airport. That is so good. That is so, like, the momentarily panic until you realize the captain is actually calling out like, hello there, welcome to Sydney. It's so good. It's so good. Momentary harmless panics. This is how you do pranks. This is how you do pranks. If you could create a new virus or disease, what would it be called? What would be the symptoms? How could one contract it? 1. The feeling that you're being stalked 24/7 while your name is being called. 2. The feeling that there is a single hair on your tongue. 3. Feeling like you have to yawn, sneeze, yet not really having to. 4. Constantly itching your eyes because you feel that one of your eyelashes is in your eye. 5. No sleep because you think there's a tiny spider, not on you, but around you at night. 6. Seeing a fly in the corner of your head when there's nothing there. I would name all of them Godspeed. You would get it from looking at someone with a virus. This is absolutely evil. I love that. Diseases that don't do anything, but the symptoms are just annoying. You get it by looking at people. How do you get over this? Is there a vaccine? Please?
Sometimes I like to turn on movies that are in Spanish, and then my kids look at me all confused and wonder why they can't understand it. And I say, well, I don't know why, but you're probably just tired and you need to take a nap. And then when they wake up from their nap, I take the same movie and put it in English, and they think that they're all better. I can't.
That is so good. That is so good. This is how you get your kids to behave. I'm just waiting for what happens during the age when they actually realize that different languages exist and be like, what the frick have you been doing all our lives? Dad, what the frick? It's a genius way to get them to nap, though. That is just oh my, maybe your brain is breaking so you don't understand movies anymore? Oh my god. Here's a bunch of tests with very questionable right answers pattern. Answer keys to an exam that my students are taking right now. The guy who made this. Oh, excellent. Oh, that is just excellent. I would like to do this at some point. Just have like a poll test like this and see if I can get away with it, how many people panic. I would like to just sit in the room and watch over people. I bet some people would realize what's up and they would like giggle about it, be like, ha, that's silly, very funny teacher, and half the people would panic. That will be a real personality test. You know all these garbage personality tests that are out in the world? This will be a real one. Are you a panicker or a giggler? Which one are you?
Would you rather take this bonus or double it and give it to a coworker?
Double it and give it to a coworker.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Emily, would you rather take this
10,000?
bonus or
Damn.
double it and give it to a coworker?
I'll double it and give it to a coworker.
Okay. Hey, Evan, would you rather take this bonus
That is
or
so
double
much
it and
money.
give it to a coworker?
I'll double it, give it to a coworker.
Okay.
40K?
Or double it and give it to a coworker.
Double it, for sure.
You don't want to take the bonus? Okay.
Oh no.
Give it to a coworker.
Double it and
Oh
give
my-
it to a coworker. Give it to a coworker.
I'll double it. No, you do not need that. You do not have this one. Would you rather take this bonus or double it and give it to a coworker?
Let's double it and give it to
What? Take the bonus.
double it.
You didn't even know that was an option.
Oh god.
I'm gonna be in so much debt over this. Let me call a guy real quick. Hey, Warren? Yeah, I'm gonna need to borrow some money.
Yeah, so we all decided to just continue to double it, and we're all gonna split in the end. He has no idea.
Oh, that is, oh my god, that is beautiful.
Oh, fellow office people, let's do this quirky thing for TikTok.
$10 million in bonus. Whew. Dungeons and Dragons idea. Let your players make up the magic system as they go along, doing whatever overpowered BS they want, as long as they give a brief in-universe explanation of why they can do that. E.g., actually I'm immune to fire magic because I'm wearing red. Keep track of everything they do, then use the magic system they created against them, turning every Deus Ex Machina they ever gave themselves into a Diabolus Ex Machina. E.g., you notice that the giant plant monster has a red ribbon tied around its trunk, making it immune to fire magic. That is so evil. It's even better if you just have easy encounters and just random stuff happening for a really long time, and it doesn't get difficult until quite a bit later, so they have a lot of time and effort to build up this horrible freaking system, and then eventually this happens. I remember reading something similar to this that some Dungeon Master made. Someone asked like, hey, this rust magic spell, you know, because calcium is technically a mineral or something like that, so can I use rust on this? And the Dungeon Master said, sure. And then later on they encountered a rust monster, and they said, okay, yeah, your bones have calcium in them, so your bones start rusting. That's where the adventure ended. Today, I found out that I can do this. Hashtag define true false. Tomorrow, my colleagues will have a bad day. That is... oh no, that is literally turning the world upside down. That is freaking horrible.
I've been trying to solve this network problem at work for like 3 days. Device is just disappearing off my router in really weird ways. As it turns out, a freaking coffee machine I hooked up is trying to act as a router and hand out DHCP leases. Why the frick is a coffee machine trying to be a router so bad? Stay in your lane. A coffee machine. The future is stupid.
And here I thought the printers were the spawn of Satan. No, apparently coffee machines are trying to one-up the printers. Please, devices, this is not the contest we need. Thank you. How to freak out guests are sleeping over. Oh, you got little friend peeking in. Look at that. Oh, yes, indeed. You know, when the kids grow up and you no longer need all the dolls and toys and stuff, this is what you do with them. Or just Halloween decorations. Beautiful. Cables. You might not see this, but I pulled them out just enough so they don't work. Actual Satan. Sudoku puzzle cube. Solve all 6 sides. Wait, that is so evil. No. So you have to make sure the numbers match up like Sudoku, but you still have to solve it as a Rubik's Cube. Do you realize how illegitimately good you have to be at both Rubik's Cube and a Sudoku to solve this? And how long it would take? And how much one small mistake can just mess up everything? And how you think you have it almost solved, but then you realize one number is in the wrong place and after Rubik's Cube solve the whole thing. And then you realize another number is in the wrong... This is something that Satan would give you. Hey, do you want eternal life and happiness? All you have to do is solve this Sudoku Rubik's Cube. No, just take me to hell right away, please. The poor kids had to wear this for real. The real Satan is the coach of Centro Universito Mexico basketball team. Come! This is gold. You could have added more letters. You could have added a B and a T for the basketball team. With those letters, at least like spells it out a little bit more. God.
My dog just ran away.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I'm here if you need anything.
I still have a boyfriend.
And I still have my dog. FBI agent. Do it, bro. Fear of long words phobia. Let's see if I can read all this and see now. Hippopotamonstriosi-quipedilasophobia. And there's a similar phobia for words that are backwards. Like, oh, a phobia for words that spell the same way backwards and forwards. And the name for the phobia literally spells the way backward and forwards. But this word is long! God! It would be like, oh yeah, arachnophobia. Yeah, put a little spider symbol in there. That's a good letter. This crane handler kept repositioning his crane to shade this man from the sun. No! Okay, he leaves the sunbed. Where's he going now? You're still doing it? He's in the... No! Even the lift thing? This is... Oh, no! This is so evil! This is so... He's trying to swim away from it! I feel like this is one of those moments where you just... If you would pretend not to notice it, the crane driver would get tired of it, you know? If you just pretended to be asleep in your sunshare, he would stop doing it after like a minute, you know? The architect behind London's car-melting skyscraper has had this problem before. Hold on, what? That's a title I never thought I would read in my life. We made a lot of mistakes with this building, said Zwaki Scorchi architect Vinoli. Alright, so how does it actually work? Daily Mail, the concave shape of the skyscraper means that a large amount of sunlight is reflected onto a small area. Wait, so it basically works like a magnifying glass in the sun. The effect currently lasts for around 2 hours per day and is suggested to be present for approximately 2 to 3 weeks due to changing positions of the sun in the sky. So during 3 weeks of the year, there are 2 hours of the day that will literally just fry your car if you happen to have it in the wrong position. Oh my god! It's basically just a building that works as a giant magnifying glass, just lasering your car in summer. What? That is just astounding. This is the kind of architectural challenges I didn't think existed, but makes sense.
Teacher, the test isn't that hard, haha.
The test? Which is the first Pokemon? A. Bulbasaur, B. Mew, C. Rhydon, D. Arceus. This is so horrible, because they're all first in, like, one specific way. You know, Bulbasaur is the first in the Pokemon list, and then according to the lore, you know, all the Pokemon came from Mew's DNA, but then Arceus is like the creation Pokemon or something. Yeah, it's not good, man. It's not good.
Guess what? You're adopted! But we don't know it yet because we can't read!
Oh, why? Why are you making this picture? Who do you want to show it to? This is horrible. Is this the kind of thing you're gonna show your kids when they're old enough to comprehend the aspect of being adopted? When they're like 15, you bring this out and like, remember that photo shoot we did when you were like 5? Here you go. And it's like, oh, we couldn't read it back then because we're... Great. Great, thank you, quirky mom. Pure evil blackbird named Derek terrorizing Yorkshire village and attacking children. Look at that stare. This picture could be a meme. It's so beautiful. Rick Astley ad. Wait, is Rick Astley placing Rickroll as ads across YouTube so people get Rickrolled before watching their videos? Honestly, props. Spending money for a troll like this, that's beautiful.
Here is boy in angel wings.
Was scrolling Facebook, found this dipshite, and his caption was, "To all my friends with OCD, I love y'all." I don't have OCD, and even I'm bothered by this. This is... r/Dungeons and Dragons. What is the worst thing a mimic could disguise as? Personally, I think that the idea of a pillow mimic is pretty horrifying.
Healing potion!
Not the bottle, the potion itself. So you swallow it and all that lovely mimic glue just cements your throat up. Let's hope you can hold your breath long enough for someone to kill the mimic and force some acetone down you. That is horrible. I don't know what kind of phobia this is, but... oh my god. This is the kind of stuff you'd implement in random places, just make your party completely freaking paranoid. If you don't traumatize your friends through your D&D party, are you actually friends?
I just hid my Furby in the bathroom my brother uses facing the door. Good luck!
Oh no, Furbies are not very cute, but very horrifying. In a weird way. Like, it feels like the kind of thing that are supposed to be cute, but they really are just scary. Oh, look at all these. These are like, what is this? Like bakery-themed cactus things? So these are edible. Only one is a real cactus. Well, make sure to poke it first, I guess. Jesus. Hold on, which is like the odd one out? I think the one like on the top right of the middle, that might be the real one. It doesn't look very spiky though, so hopefully it's not dangerous. Maybe I can just chew down all of them, you know? It's worth it. It's like Russian roulette but with cupcakes. Back in uni, a girl mocked my presentation one time. So I searched for her group and asked the topic they were presenting on. I spent 4 days researching it and asked her so many questions like it was common knowledge that she cried. Stay blessed, precious one. Oh yes, that's absolutely beautiful. It's like, oh, you did this small thing to me. Oh yes, the revenge is really sweet. That's really funny though. It's like a cursed, vengeful way of just learning. So it's like weirdly wholesome in a way, but the intent is purely malicious. Human Tears! Human Tears 129. Enjoy the salty goodness of human suffering. This is such a fun product. I need to give this to someone as a gift. I guess it's just like mineral water, but that's really funny. I like that.
Preparing the golden balls of disappointment for Halloween. So you take these chocolate balls and just wrap a little...
If you want to take it one step further, the most evil way to do this is to dip them in chocolate as well. So you have a thin layer of chocolate so people will actually bite into them. Because with this, it's like you open it and you get disappointed. But if you dip them in chocolate, people will actually go the whole mile and try to eat them and be severely grossed out. That is how you do it. What is the first letter in the English alphabet? A, C, B, D, C, A, D, B. Oh, I see. That's awful, because no matter what you say, they're gonna say the wrong answer, right? So the two obvious ones that you would compete between is A, C, and C, A, right? So if you say A, they're like, oh, no, sorry, the correct answer is C because it's option C. And if you say C, they're gonna be like, oh, no, sorry, it's A, because they will either interpret it as you repeat the answer or you repeat, you know, the numerical order of the question. I mixed M&M's, peanut M&M's, and caramel M&M's, very happy. With Skittles and sour Skittles, not very happy anymore, it's horrible. Warm scrambled eggs, 1 handful per child. I'm not sure if I want the chocolate, you know, the little balls of vegetables dipped in chocolate or this. I can't tell exactly which one is worse. My sister had a DSi, and I once took it and recorded myself swearing, then used the sound mixing to make it sound like her. Showed it to my mom and watched my sister get yelled at and punished. Ah, the cruelty of children, isn't it just a thing of beauty? Well, lotties, losses and losses, I do hope you enjoyed this beautiful video. Make sure to look out for the marshals. It's going to be out on the 9th of December, and it's going to be absolutely glorious. A perfect gift. Will probably ship a little bit later than Christmas, though, but you can always get it as a preemptive Christmas gift. Oh, yes, indeed. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I do have an amazing rest of the day, and I will see you in the very near future. Take care. Mwah.